Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, California Weather Watch. Today, September 17th, and right now we're looking at the mid-level water vapor loop. You can see the state of California is right here. There's our upper level low. It's now pushing off across portions of Nevada, Idaho, and towards Montana. This is the next storm system here dropping down the coastline. It's positioning into place as we speak right now. We're going to check out the details on that. We'll take a look at the extended forecast as always. First, I wanted to play through yesterday here really quickly here, and you'll see the thunderstorm activity ongoing across portions of Nevada. And we scroll through the day yesterday, we had some strikes near Lake Tahoe and some of the east slopes of the mountains there for the Sierra Nevada. And then as we scroll on in towards the overnight hours, you can see the next system off to the northwest here pushing down. And you notice the hot spots for some of the fires across Southern California are not quite as prevalent on the infrared satellite imagery as we go in the overnight hours. So we scroll on in towards this morning. You can see the sun rising and the system continues to get closer. Some marine there up and down the central coast. Not too bad across Southern California. Some nice glorious sunshine out there early in the morning as we speak, but this system is going to keep us below normal. We'll take a look at those details. And we'll take a look at the extended forecast as we always do as we go through this video. And we do have a store attached to this channel here. And if you want to click on that stuff down below, you can buy this. You know, I have one of these men's premium hoodies. It's a very good quality. And there's other designs you can order as well. Help support the channel. Just thought I'd throw that out there really quick. So looking at the National Weather Service, Los Angeles, this was issued yesterday afternoon, but it still applies. There is the chance of some thunderstorm activity across some of Southern California here. Generally light amounts, but you could see some lightning strikes associated with the upper level low, and I'll show you that here more in a moment. I wanted to point out Phoenix here really quick because they had an insane run of 100+ degree temperatures, and that has definitely come to an end. And we're going to be dealing with temperatures underneath 100 degrees. So that's going to feel quite nice for some of the residents of Arizona and the desert areas of California. You can see Blythe here. You look at this, only 88 for Tuesday there. So no heat risk with that activity. Now, if we take a look at the European, this is the upper level low that we have been dealing with. You can see it lift off to the north and east here. And then you'll see quickly replacing that is another one diving a bit further down the coastline here as we go on in through Thursday morning, shown here. We go through Thursday afternoon. This pivots and kind of slow moving here across Southern California. So this is going to help keep some of the temperatures suppressed for a few days, but then we're going to potentially warm up, and I'll show you more on that here in a moment as well. Now, this is the high resolution rapid refresh. This is vertically integrated smoke. It shows smoke not just at the surface, but through all different layers of the atmosphere. Put this into motion, and you can see not much smoke being produced here across Southern California. That line and bridge fire were producing quite a bit for a few days there. But relatively speaking, I mean, actually more than relatively speaking, this is looking quite nice here over the next 48 hours. Not expecting much smoke across the state of California whatsoever. Day one thunderstorm outlook, that upper level low now kicking out. So we're probably clear for today. But as we go through tomorrow, you can see the reintroduction of that for places like Redding, Sacramento, even San Francisco could get a thunderstorm. And then as we go on in through day three, you can't rule one out across Southern California. This may be extended here across Los Angeles or some of the desert areas, higher terrain as well. We'll revisit that again tomorrow, but this would be for the day three outlook right there. And I clicked this random weather station here just outside of Redding. This is Northern California. You can see the California-Oregon border there, and off to the right would be Nevada. And I looked at some of the lightning strikes we got back on the 15th, and look at all the lightning strikes this weather station picked up. These weather stations are so fun to have attached to your place of residence. It can tell you the moment it starts raining at your house, and you can check out all kinds of stuff and graph it, stores it for you all in the cloud. So if you want one of those stations, click on that link down below to save 10% off. Now looking at 6-hour precipitation amounts, this is the European as of last night. There's our upper level low that was with us for a couple days to the top right of the page. Push this off, and now we're going on in towards very early Wednesday morning. This is about 5 a.m. Wednesday morning. You can see the precipitation coming down with that next frontal system making its way into Northern California, and then you see it try to pivot across the Bay Area. Maybe a little bit of precipitation, some light showers, and again, some snow for the higher terrain. We'll look at that here in a moment as well. And then we scroll on in towards Thursday morning. You can see some of these showers as we go through Thursday afternoon now, trying to get down here into Southern California. It doesn't show much for Los Angeles or San Diego, but you can't rule something out, especially for the higher terrain, the Sierra Nevada, and some of the coastal range here as well, mainly off to the northwest of the Los Angeles basin, which is right here where I'm circling. So if we take a look at the composite reflectivity for the next 60 hours, this is what the Doppler radar may look like. Again, the upper level low departing off to the north and east. Next frontal system starts to roll down through here, Northern California, as we go through this evening. And you can see some of these showers coming down the coastline. It shouldn't be big precipitation makers, but you can't rule out lightning strike activity with it. And then we scroll on in towards Thursday morning here, and you can continue to see some of these showers bobbing and weaving about here. And then we go on in through Thursday afternoon. Thunderstorm activity maybe for the Sierra Nevada as we go through Thursday as well. So taking a look at snow, 10-to-1 ratio. Now, which would be, well, if you had an inch of precipitation, it would equal about 10 inches of snow. That's what the 10-to-1 snow ratio is. So we scroll on in through Wednesday night and Thursday morning. You can see some of that snow flying, again, mainly for the higher terrain, but you know, these upper level lows can make things chilly even at this time of year, as we're just now headed into the fall as we go on in towards the end of September, obviously. I think September 21st is the last day of summer. Now, taking a look at 5,000 feet, 850 millibars, that's the upper level low. The chillier air than normal. There's the state of California. Pacific Ocean is right here, and there's Hawaii to the bottom left. Put this into motion, and you can see the next system keeping things relatively chilly here aloft. But then as we go on in towards the weekend, you see the ridge of high pressure here starting to develop and bring some of the warming here to the state of California. You know, just a reminder here that these fall transitions, you're going to be warming up and cooling off at times, and kind of that mixed bag of stuff coming through here. You don't just all of a sudden cool down. As anybody has lived here for any length of time and knows all too well, you can stay warm all the way on in through November sometimes. It can even warm up in December for some areas of California. Now, taking a look at the European artificial intelligence, this will give us a look way off into the extended about 15 days. There's the upper level low, and the secondary one shooting down as we speak right now. Hangs out for a bit as we go on in through Friday night. By the time we get towards Saturday, it is starting to eject off to the east, and we start to build that ridging, sinking air, warmer conditions, temperatures rising. And we've got some systems trying to move through the Pacific Northwest. How much will that flatten out the ridge here for the southwest portion of the USA? Those are good questions. We'll be monitoring that on a daily basis. We're looking a little bit too far out to get too specific, other than we are going to be warming up as that upper level low comes through. So we're all the way out towards September 24th at this time frame. There's the 25th, and you can kind of see the troughing hanging out across the Gulf of Alaska, and the general ridging and then heights above normal here across a lot of the southwest as we go through the end of the month. But then it shows some kind of troughing coming through the extended. You know, that's just kind of a fantasy forecast, looking at a crystal ball that far out right now. Take that with a grain of salt. And looking at daily 2-meter minimum temperatures, again, kind of chilly there in the morning hours. This is for Wednesday morning, and actually, yeah, so Wednesday morning is before tomorrow morning, and we go to Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But you see the gradual warming trend as we head towards the weekend. This is Sunday. There's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You guys get the picture here. We're going to be warming things back up. At least we're not going to be excessively hot like we were in the summertime, but you'll notice the warm up coming. Now, taking a look at 2-meter daily maximum temperatures, this is for today, Tuesday, 17th of September, and you can see some nice 70s out there, widespread. Get out there and enjoy that. Mother Nature's air conditioning is in effect. Even a lot of the desert areas only reaching upper 80s. Some areas maybe hitting towards 90 degrees. Look at Death Valley only at 94. Bring a jacket if you're headed out there. Taking a look at Wednesday, Thursday, you start to see that warm up occur, and look at Redding, 89, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the 90s are returning by the time we get towards the later portion of the weekend. And then as we go on into the early portion of next week, you can clearly see the warm-up coming. Taking a look here at the Pacific high out over the Pacific Ocean. There's the Hawaiian Islands, there's the state of California here. What I'm looking for here is any kind of tropical cyclone activity, potentially moving up into the southwest, or any kind of big high pressure over the Great Basin that might drive offshore winds. We've been watching this on a daily basis, and as we scroll off into the extended, you can kind of see as we go through the weekend, we get a little bit of some high pressure inland here, but this doesn't look like a big offshore wind event. You need that stronger high right over the Great Basin to drive those strong offshore winds as a general rule. We look off into the extent a little bit further, and this is all the way on in through September 24th. This is the morning of September 24th, and you can kind of see some high pressure here. We might start to get some offshore wind, but not a big event. It doesn't look like right now. And then we continue to scroll off through the end of the month, and we're not looking at any big Santa Ana or Diablo or offshore wind event here coming up as we go towards the end of the month. It doesn't look like right now. I'll let you know if that changes. Of course, we'll be watching that on a daily basis. 6 to 10 day, this goes through September 26th. You can see this is the time frame where the ridge is going to start building back in here, and you can see the above average temperatures here for the state of California in that time frame, below average signal for precipitation in the 6 to 10 day as well. So anyway, yep, hope you guys are liking this channel. Click like and subscribe. We're gaining subscribers. Hopefully things start picking up here as we go into the fall and winter months. And I know a lot of you are looking forward to this cool down that what we're dealing with now. But again, we are going to be warming things back up as we go through the weekend coming up here. So anyway, get out and enjoy that cooler weather. Otherwise, yeah, I hope you guys are having a good day. Click like and subscribe. We'll do this all again tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys then.